It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We're repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. Start the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We're repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. Start the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We're repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. Start the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel that pride. We're repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that.
Excuse me. Yes, good people, big up to all of you. Welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome for another edition of the Blue Morning Show. I do hope you're all doing well. Today we will look at the managers' presser, or if you like, the managers' press conference, and dissect and analyze things he had to say. And then we'll talk about Boehly's message to Chelsea fans, talk about Cole Palmer's return date, and the update on Giovanni Quenda. And as the show progresses, if anything new emerges, be rest assured this will be the first place you'd hear about them. And in the house, I have Daniel, and also Daniel looks like he's gone. But more importantly, I have my bro, my South African bro in Tobago. Tobago, big up to you. I do hope you're doing well. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Mm. I can't complain, man. I can't complain. Dante sent me some magic honey to help with the cold. I've been enjoying it since, and I think it has protected me very well from whatever my boys bring home from school. But more importantly, I do hope you're doing well, and thank you. You've told me yes. I'm happy to hear that. Without the waste of your time, we will get into addressing the items we have lined up. I don't know if you've watched the manager's presser. I didn't watch it. I just read. You could say portions of it that people shared online. Dominion Daniel, how are you doing? Thank you for joining us on the panel.
Um, I'm doing first time was before the Bayern game. It's good to be back here and talking Chelsea and football generally.
Nice to have you on the panel. So you tried one of the old links and it worked? I think that's what happened. Tevejo, you tried one of the old links we had on there and it worked, right?
No, I just used the link that you just sent right now.
Uh, are you in the future?
What do you
Because
mean?
before I saw you in the back end, I haven't shared anything. But it's so I'm not sure. But that's okay. We'll start addressing the items we have lined up. I have Tobago and Dominion. Daniel, is that a fluctuating connection, by the way. So let's get to addressing the items we have lined up. And the first one here is about my boy, Giovanni Quenda. And he reads, Quenda has been working on improving his physical condition by doing some muscle strengthening work as he prepares for a move to the Premier League. Quenda is constantly looking at ways to improve. The language I like to hear. That's serious, enjoyable music to my ears. I like people with such mentality, always keeping the mindset that you still have a lot to learn. If you have such mindset, you'd succeed in everything you do in life, and it's a good thing to hear. Yeah, that he's looking to improve. And this one also on Quenda reads, Chelsea communicated with Quenda that he will be part of Maresca's first team plans in at Chelsea next season. Some had speculated over a loan move for the Portugal international, but Chelsea have plans for him to be in and around the senior squad in 2016-2017. Here's the thing. Those that don't believe he's capable of being part of the squad, probably they don't know him. Because if you knew him, I don't think you'd be questioning whether he's ready for Chelsea's first team. Naturally, he's physical. Do I think he needs to again to improve his? Do I think his physicality needs to improve a little bit more so that he doesn't struggle in the Premier League? Maybe, but you don't know. Succeeding in the Premier League isn't mainly about one's physicality, and there are other factors that come into play. And for me, Quenda overall is an excellent player. I've never at any time feared that he'd struggle in the Premier League. If he struggles, it'd be maybe just he might need time to acclimatize to the Premier League's physicality, not necessarily struggle. You'd still see that his quality. So I'm not sure. I've always known, that he's ready for the first team, irrespective of what anybody thinks. The question is how quickly he gets integrated into the starting 11. But Todd Boehly, let's hear you. This is no news to me because I've always expected that he'd be part of the squad come next season.
Yeah, same here. I believe is ready to be in the first team. Yes, we should integrate him just like Estava, but I think this kid is so special. So hopefully can adapt quickly, just like Estava, and then we start cooking next season.
Yeah, I think he will. But yeah, we're not gonna know for sure until he arrives. But I'm hopeful. There are things that when you look at them, they give you hope. He can be physical. He's still very young, but he can be physical. But that doesn't mean he's definitely ready for the Premier League. But I'm hopeful, given the things I already know about him. I'm not concerned in any way. I think he makes us a lot better. I've seen yesterday. I did see Ryan, my friend Khalid, to starting his controversial stuff all the time about players, saying that Quenda is uh, better than Esteva. Maybe, but I don't think so right now. I'm just happy we have both. That both will be part of our squad come 25, 26, 20. Yeah, is it 25, 26 season? Uh, is it correct? No, 26, 25, 27, right? But forget the numbers, but you get it. He'll be part of us next season, and that makes me happy. I don't think it makes sense to start comparing the players we have. We should just, you can say, be thankful and celebrate the fact that they are Chelsea players. But that's by the way, we have Dominion Daniel. Do you have anything to add to that before we continue? All right, it doesn't look like he's ready to speak. His mic is still on mute. Dominion Daniel, are you there? All
I'm
right, his
saying
connection.
about Giovanni.
Yeah,
I'm saying
that
about
he's gonna
Giovanni
be.
Quenda that
That he will be part of the first 11 next season. He will be part of our team. He's not going to go out on loan. You can say just like a
exactly,
lot of people had
exactly. I
speculated. Go
believe
ahead.
a lot of people have actually A lot of people have actually forgotten that he's a Chelsea player. He's gone under the radar. But you've been seeing games for Sporting and the under 21. He's shown a lot of potential. People saying he's better than Esteval. That's their opinion. Has he got the potential to reach the level Esteval is? Yes, but saying he's better than Esteval, I don't believe so. But he's going to be a very, very good addition for us, coming from the fact that he can play on the right and also play on the left. So yes, is he ready for the Premier League? I
Hmm.
believe he would be ready by next season, considering what I have seen him grow from last season to how he's performing this season. So he's a very good addition to the squad.
I mean, we're talking about a starter for Sport and CP. It's not like, again, he's so good that even Amorim wanted him at United. But yeah, because he's young, you could say I think it'd be correct to still classify him as inexperienced. But that doesn't mean he's not ready for the Premier League. And AB, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. Big up to you too, and thank you for finding the time to join the conversation. And I do hope you are okay. So let's look at what Chelsea fans have to say on that particular report. I don't know if you were still speaking, Daniel. Okay.
I'm done. I'm done.
Okay, let's see these. Okay, him and Estevao, we got to show some mercy to our opponents, man. Okay, let's see. We will be having the three right wingers. Then cannot wait to see what happens later. And the Parma code feed says, if you think that Estevao is causing riot, then wait until Quenda arrives. And something I wanted to say actually, I wouldn't say Quenda. I wouldn't say that he's gone on that already. I've been following his progress since, especially since we signed him. I think a lot of people know him and know what he's capable of doing. The question now is how, well, you could say whether he'd hit the ground running the moment he arrives. And Marvel says gonna have a team full of talent and good balance this time. Because it's not, we're not. I don't think we'll have this a similar situation we had under Thomas Tuchel. We had good players, but a lot of them you could say are of similar profile, and that caused a lot of problem for us. Um, Chatwani says a
Let
lot
me
of
say
players
something. I want
needed
to
to be cleared
say
out in the
something on
summer.
that.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You were saying something.
Talking about quality players, I believe that will foster competition. I believe that will foster competition having those quality players in the squad because there was a time we had Droba, Anelka, Shorel in the same team. So all these players are just going to foster good competition. Having Garnacho, Quenda, it doesn't matter. These are only going to make the player hungrier to fight for that starting 11. Remember, there was a time we had Pedro, Hazard, Willian, Oscar in the same squad. So that's only going to.
All right, looks like Daniel is struggling with his connection. So for me, yeah, competition, just as Daniel mentioned, I think that's good. It's good for the squad. Again, whenever you're on the pitch, you'd know that yeah, there's someone available on the bench who's capable of coming in, doing an equally good job or maybe an even better job. Yeah, that will light some fire on your behind. You're not gonna risk, you say, getting dropped for someone else, knowing that yeah, we have a lot of good players. So I think I'm happy, and as I've mentioned before, more importantly, I'm happy that we have a very balanced squad. Even after the arrival of Quenda, we'd have a very balanced squad because yeah, the players we have right now, they're all of the foreign profiles. They complement each other very well. It's now up to the manager to make sure he selects players um, that complement each other and not have too many players of similar qualities or similar profiles on the pitch at the same time. Good balance always makes a difference, in my opinion. AB says that the competition next season will be crazy, and that's a good thing. A good headache for the manager, if I may. I think we might have three wingers for each position possible, each flank maybe. Big up to you too, Mike and Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. I'm what happened? Why is YouTube displaying people's names like this? Not even and not their nicknames or something. So I'm not sure what happens. But big up to you too, Michael Neum. And Jay is here. Palmer man. Yeah, that's crazy. But we'll get to that in a bit. But Jay, nice to see you. I don't know. Have you spoken about Quenda? Maybe I missed it.
Yes, I've spoken about it.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. What else do we have here? Enough of the comments from the fans. Okay. Nothing serious. Yeah. Okay. The next one is Maresca's press conference. We'll still get to talk. Again, I think in the process, we'll find his comment on Cole Palmer and then we'll elaborate on that. The first item here, Maresca, he reads, the team prefer it when Cole Palmer is playing. I feel much better with Cole Palmer on the pitch, but when he is not, we need to find solutions. The team is doing fantastic, really well. For any manager, it's nice when you miss a player, but the team still plays. Yeah, play. The team still play. Let me see that again. The team still plays in ways. Where's that again? We need to find solution. The team is doing fantastic, really well for any manager. It is nice when you miss a player, but the team still plays in the way you want it. You could say I've seen somebody say that Cole Palmer's absence is actually to some measure a blessing in disguise. We found ways to win games and still play as a unit even in his absence. Then whenever he's back, he makes us better. But we don't struggle without him. In my opinion, I think we've proven that that's actually the case. Um, I'm not sure. Again, this particular report or maybe comment doesn't tell us much about his possible return there. So we keep um, scrolling here to see if we find something relevant. Um, yeah, I don't know. Where's the Palmer thing? Any other thing there? Anything? What do you want to say? Rumors are that he'd be out for a few more weeks, at least. So yeah, I've
No,
seen a few people suggest.
Enzo Maresca said that he will be out for our three upcoming games: Burnley one, Barcelona, and Arsenal one. Then he will return the following week. So they just give him an extra week to recover. But he said he the toe doesn't look that bad because they asked him, is he wearing something that is covering his leg? And then he said, no, he's working with his feet. So clearly it's not something bad, but again, he needs to recover in order to be at his best. And also, I think it's a good thing for him to get another extra week just to get fully fit. So hopefully after that week, nothing happens, incident at home and everything, he come back fit, man. We need him. We need Cole Palmer back.
A concern for you if it's not going to say be available for selection for the Barcelona game, especially, is that a concern? A concern for you?
No, no, I'm not concerned. We playing, been playing without him for a while right now, so
And we've been
I'm
playing
not
very
concerned.
well, actually.
Yeah, so I'm not concerned. Our issues has been defensively this season. If you check the goals that we considered, I can maybe say 90% of the goals we considered is because of our defense. So clearly the defense is the issue this season. So hopefully we don't get another injury from Wesley Fofana, Bali Sheila, so that we can have balance in the defense and we keep as much clean sheet as we can.
Yeah, just give me a second. Go ahead. Let me write this.
Okay, no problem. So guys in the chat, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. Let us know what your thoughts about the Cole Palmer situation. Uh, if those kind of things happen with you at home, it's so bad, man. What happened to his
I mean,
toe?
it
Because
sounds funny, but again, if you've played football before, you'd know that a toe injury can be very, very painful. You
yeah, it's
know,
painful, especially at home with a door. So it's painful. So
door,
hopefully he can get.
bed, chair, couch. There are a lot of stuff that without shoes on, if you if it happens to you, it's usually seriously painful, man. But let's see. We have Jay. Big up to you too. Jay said, "Nowhere professional athletes happen to break their toe on a door in their own house, then have a 1 week recovery time." I mean, because it has happened to me before. I wasn't a professional at the time. Even a few days ago, it did happen to me. Sometimes you can be absent-minded and then find yourself experiencing such incidents. It was really painful, but yeah, if I was a footballer, I'd still be able to play. But how serious was it? That makes me feel like that sounds like he's playing mind games. Chances are he's doing that because nothing says if you ever mention that the player isn't fully fit, then yeah, you're not allowed to
Exactly.
field
That's
that
what I
player.
believe.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Dan.
I believe it's just a mind game for the Baka games. I believe that's a mind game for the Baka games, especially with the whole door stumbling on door
Hmm.
issue and saying it's a fracture.
I mean, did he try? Yeah. I mean, did they try to karate someone, missed it, and then hit hit the bed? Except if that was what happened, because if you're just walking and then accidentally hit the, you can say, yeah, uh, then yeah, not. I don't think I don't think that that's enough to say, yeah, you've been missing for a few more weeks or 1 week at least. It just doesn't make sense to me. It sounds funny, really, but let's see. Hopefully, he's playing mind games. A very big blow. We definitely needed him, but on the positive side, he might recover that growing injury fully and not risk of being rushed back early. I don't want us to do that. Yeah, for you say for short-term gain, rushing back and then risking him getting injured again and being out for a while. I think, yeah, we're better off letting him recover and recover fully. And you could argue, you could say, I think, remember he was on the pitch and looked okay and had to be taken off. That which means that to me, he wanted to finish that game. Maybe the manager on the last game he played made the decision to take him out, get him off the pitch. And then they decided, yeah, you go take some time and rest. And I think he'd benefit for that too. Because if he rests and recovers fully, I think that will help, you could say, ensure that he's fully fit and and play a lot towards the period when Thomas Tuchel will pick his World Cup squad. And I think Tuchel would want him to be there, but he has to manage his fitness and not risk not being fully fit and not playing constantly when the time comes. Um, yeah, so let's see. Mind games by Maresca to protect Parma. It's a possibility because, yeah, just take a step back and look at that story again. It just sounds funny. Yeah, it's a possibility. Managers do that a lot. All right, what do we have here? Maresca said Palmer was very close to being back from his growing issues. It's not even like he was already or completely back. So I think the extra 2 weeks would do his growing a lot of good. God has a way of papers of doing, you can say, for everything. I think, yeah, it sounds more like mind games. If okay, let's see. Enzo Maresca also the team prefer it. Okay, I think we've read that particular comment there. Any other thing from the presser? Enzo Maresca on Moises Caicedo. He came back last night. I will see him soon. He's good. Benoit Badiashile can be available for tomorrow. Oh, some good news. Enzo Fernandez and Pedro Neto used the break to recover their energy and their injuries. They are both available for tomorrow. Excellent news there. um, Again, I think we have a lot of players back actually. So basically, that's Vince's opinion. Also, Cole Palmer will be out for another 2 weeks. It as well. Vince is sounding like a pastor today. Enzo Maresca on Malo Gusto. Malo, personally, I consider him a main player for us. I think, I mean, I wanted to say duh, if you followed Maresca since he joined Chelsea, I think I'd be concerned if I ask you whether if you tell me again you don't see what he brings to the table. But a lot of Chelsea fans don't because they judge him by how accurately he shoots, how many chances he's created. But if you understand football, especially if you look at our final in the Club World Cup against PSG, that was a day you could argue he made it clear. He announced his importance, maybe his importance to Enzo Maresca's preferred approach to football to the world. And if after that game, people, if you're one of those that still question what he brings to the table under Enzo Maresca, then maybe this sport isn't for you, really. But unfortunately, the average football fan, um, they go by either a win or loss or a draw. But when it comes to a player, they go with chances created, goals scored, uh, and how you shoot, and all those you could say factors that in some cases actually don't matter. But if you pay attention to numbers and allow it to on its own complement what you've seen, you'd learn the importance of the player. He's very important, very crucial. He does the basics very, very well, which again I've been telling people this: as long as he does the basics well, Maresca will always start him. How he use him, he prefers to use him, irrespective of whether he gets goals or assists. But congratulations to him, he has one in the bag right now. um but that's by the way, Tebeho, whether you want to come in. Malacus to his importance to Enzo Maresca.
100%. I think if you check the way we play, I think the key players for us, Malu Gusto, Levi Colwell, Cole Palmer, Enzo Fernandez, and Moses Caicedo. I think they are ones that really understand Enzo Maresca's system. I'm not saying the others don't understand it. You can see they still going there, but again, those players that I mentioned, for me, I think they are key. They will be players, especially Levi Colwell and Cole Palmer, man. It's so sad that we are not here at the moment because Levi Colwell help us a lot in terms of breaking the lines, his physicality, the way he defend and everything. Cole Palmer is our creation machine and it's not available. So we have to find different solutions. Sometimes you can see we need him, just like the Sunderland game that we lost. If Cole Palmer was there, I don't think we lost that game. For me, so hopefully Malo Gusto can stay at Chelsea for a long time, but he still need to work on his defensive side. Sometimes it's on the game, sometimes it's off. So he needs to be consistent.
I mean, for me, um, sometimes you could argue he's come across as if he's struggled to switch from, you could say, apply himself, you could say, fulfilling that inverted fullback role to operating as a traditional fullback in the same game. That's usually when when
Let me
he doesn't defend effectively. When he goes from applying himself as an inverted fullback to a traditional fullback, I think that's usually when that on those occasions I've seen him struggle to defend properly. But I think eventually, the more he gets deployed in that manner, eventually um, he'd become very effective at fulfilling the role, and then still defending effectively, just like Kukurea does. But go ahead if you wanted to add something to that. All right, a big
yeah,
up to
I
you.
wanted to talk on
Mhm.
Malo
Yeah,
Gusto.
yeah. Go ahead, bro.
The problem with Gusto is his final decision making, especially going forward. Yeah, Gusto can progress well, but at the end, he does not know, or his decisions whether to shoot or cross or pass back is the problems where you see Chelsea fans always shout, "Oh, Gusto, Gusto, Gusto," or he decides to do the Ronaldo chop. Those moments, those little final decision making moments are the problem with Gusto. Or when he's trying to defend, coming back from the attack or come back from that inverted role, Normally does he's not able to track back quickly, and he's normally not good, especially in those 1v1 moments. But Maresca inverting him to midfield, adding extra man midfield is an advantage to Chelsea, especially when you're playing against teams that like to press high. So that's the good thing about Gusto. But the bad thing is his decision making and him tracking back on time.
But you understand the reason that you can say his primary role, whenever he's utilized in a manner that we see him more within the midfield area than on the flanks. You understand he's very good at fulfilling. You can say popping up in something again in areas to complete the triangles, ensuring we have numerical advantage over the opposition. He does that very well, and I think eventually, look, if you watch that game that he got his first goal, he actually had, and which tells me Maresca, you could say he's read his you could say previous performances, his analyzed his previous performances, and realize what he you could say he should start doing to get goals and be more you could say more productive on the pitch. If you watch that game that he scored his first goal, he had similar opportunity. Could have gotten one again. Could have gotten a goal before he got that one that he scored. But yeah, the first one is always important. I think from now on he'd be scoring a lot of goals because yeah, he crashes the box too, and so happy for him. I think that changes a lot. I don't. I get it. He can do better in terms of creating chances and putting away chances and his shooting and all that. But I appreciate the things he again he does well, like doing the basics for the manager, fulfilling the basics effectively, and that has actually helped us win some important games. And it looks as if you can say the bigger the occasion, the better Malo Gusto
Yes, yes,
performs.
like
Go ahead. All right, I have my bro, IB. IB, nice to see you there. Dangwana Yakeke. Very important to see you. See, Google has helped me see everybody's, some of y'all of real names. And I didn't know your name was Ibro, but Dangwana, you are. Nice to see you. So my bro here says, more likes, people, more likes, and so Palmer still not ready. Uh, for me, as much as I want to believe that the manager is playing mind games, chances are he's probably not fully ready. But that story sounds like it's some made up BS in my opinion. Good. You wanted to say something, Daniel? Mm.
Meanwhile, Daniel is waiting. I said it before here. If Malu Gusto can practice shooting and those kind of things, I think Malo Gusto will be a world class fullback because it's always in the right positions, but his final decision making is so poor. So he needs to learn that those shooting things, those killer passes, those blind passes. If he can do that, I think will be fantastic. But again, it's just a fullback, so it's not easy for him to learn everything at the same time. So he needs to adapt. Hopefully, can be much better as
But
time
you
goes
agree
on.
he does the basics well, which is why
100%.
manager still starts him in that position, irrespective of how you can say how much complaints come from the fan base. But go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, I do like him, and I think Bayern, it'd be correct to say they tested the waters to see if we're looking to sell him. We're never interested in selling Gusto, because yeah, he actually, we could say would play more as right back than Reece James. Reece James will play mainly in the midfield because he doesn't have that you could say not Rich James of old that can uh overlap on the lap and everything and then still be okay because we're managing his fitness, which means as Enzo Maresca explained in one of his post-game presses or maybe pre-game that yeah we're trying to fill them in a position where he doesn't have to run that much and risk getting injured. So but Malo Gusto, I love him. never at any time questioned what he brings to the table. Even when he shoots, when he doesn't, you can say, find his teammates that makes good decisive runs, but in behind the opposition line and all that. I haven't. I see those runs, but at the same time, I appreciate the fact that he does the basics right, and the fact that he's still very young, and the fact that eventually he'd become better at orchestrating defensive, defense splitting passes and find his teammates whenever they make good runs. So let's see. Enzo Maresca, unfortunately, he had an accident. Yeah, that's the story I want to see. I haven't seen it, but that is his opinion on the issue here. So Enzo Maresca here on Philip Jorgensen. Okay. He says, I spoke with Philip at the beginning of the season, and I didn't speak with Philip in the last days about that. All the players that don't play a lot, they want more minutes. It's completely normal. Nothing new there. But here's something I've said. I'd be shocked if Jorgensen eventually doesn't leave Chelsea. I'd be shocked because I've followed the pattern on the our current owners. I don't think no longer accurate to call them new owners. Our current owners. Um, the moment you start hearing that a particular player wants to leave, and if Fabrizio reports that, reports again, if carries the news, maybe I think that's the most accurate way to phrase it. Then I haven't seen any again. Then that player will eventually leave. It's only a matter of time. And for me, I don't think probably the most will be January. The most you can say next summer. Maybe he still be here January, but I don't think he stays at Chelsea beyond summer 2026, except if what's his name, Robert Sanchez leaves and he if anything happens and then he comes in to be the one to guard the sticks for us and the multiple games and prove that yeah he can be confident between the sticks and he's capable of fulfilling that role even better than Robert Sanchez, then he stays, which I don't see that happening. I think probably he's looked at how maybe if he's been paying attention how well what's his name Pendas is doing at Strasbourg, and the fact that what's his name the fact that Sanchez has said openly that the club told him that he is the number one. I think he'd be looking to leave. Yeah, and he has, you can say, a good opportunity to become his country's number one. And for that to happen, he'd have to be starting games, irrespective. You could say, and it's not like we're not seeing that sort of, you could say, rotation that we experienced last season, where he started all our European games, while Robert Sanchez started all our domestic games. That hasn't happened this season, and you could argue down to the fact that whenever he's gotten the chance to guard the sticks for us, he's come across as you could say not confident enough. Not confident enough, but that's my opinion. Let's hear you, Tobias. I think eventually he leaves.
Yeah, for me, I think so too. I think he's going to leave.
Yeah, for the given
Yeah,
the factors we've discussed, actually, I'm not saying he's not a
100.
bad goalkeeper, but he struggled with confidence, in my opinion. Daniel, you want to add anything to that? All right, let's
Yeah,
go. Go ahead.
Jorgensen, eventually he's going to leave because we have Mike Penders, who is like we are trying to make him develop at Strasbourg. If Mike Penders is going to come back and fight for the number one with Sanchez, then Jorgensen is going to leave because the World Cup is next year. Every player wants to get those minutes in order for them to be
Mm-hmm.
called up for the World Cup or probably start for their country. And at the moment, Jorgensen is not getting that, and he's not showed enough on the opportunities that he has been given that
Unfortunately,
he deserves that. So he's probably going to leave. He's probably going to leave.
but do you believe he's a good goalkeeper? I think he proved that. How well he did in the Conference League for us. All right, let's go. More likes, people. More likes. We have a total of 53 people following the show, but only six on YouTube. 8 likes on YouTube. Okay, that's good, acceptable maybe. We haven't streamed consistently of late, but we're trying our best. And yeah, the Blue Morning Show is back. The evening shows will find a solution for that. So that's, by the way. What else do we have here? Enzo Maresca on Palmer's latest injury. I think, yeah, that was the story. That's the story we were looking for. Unfortunately, he had an accident at home with his toe. That's even the way the report is presented sounds funny, but it's nothing important. It's a fracture. So here's what I'm paying attention to. It's nothing important. So if the toe accident isn't important, then probably if he doesn't play against Barcelona, it'd be because, yeah, we just want him to stay out and recover even more, not necessarily because he injured his toe. If the manager says the toe accident is nothing important, it's a fracture. But then again, it's important to note that fracture is something serious. But what sort of accident? What were you doing? Are you practicing karate or what? But he's probably not available for tomorrow
Yes,
for sure. Go ahead.
here's what I want to say. I also believe that this might just be a way of Chelsea trying to like keep the pressure out of Palmer because everybody has been waiting for the whole world has been waiting for the return of Palmer. When is Palmer coming back? And then we have two big games in Barca and Arsenal. If Palmer comes back in between this game and doesn't show up, oh, there's going to be a riot about it. So everybody's looking Palmer in that direction. I just believe they are trying to protect the player, considering the fact that he's just coming back from injury and his performance might not be up to the normal standard, considering he just come back from injury. So they are trying to prevent him from playing these games to not build excessive pressure on him.
I
That's
think
another
that's an
way I'm looking
excellent
at it.
point. That's an excellent point. Yeah. And the latter, you can say the last paragraph reads, he's probably not available for tomorrow for sure. Barcelona for sure. Wow. Arsenal for sure. So that basically 3 weeks. If we're to believe the manager's comments here.
No, not coach, not 3 weeks. Come on,
You can
1 week.
say 2 weeks.
1 week. Remember, we're playing this Saturday, Wednesday,
2 weeks, 2 weeks.
and
It's 2 weeks.
we are not playing during the week against Barcelona.
But well, all the games happen in a single week.
Yeah, this week. Remember, playing Burnley, Barcelona, Arsenal. Or it's 2 weeks. Or just I will check.
I think
Maybe
it has to be more than a week because
yeah, maybe 2 weeks then,
but not 3 weeks. Okay.
not 3 weeks.
All right, but do you really believe he's not going to play the Barcelona game? If in fact the only issue is that he had a toe injury at Tobejo.
No, I don't think he'll play that game.
Okay, well, still fine. Estevao would do his thing. Okay, there you go. Maresca addresses the rumors that, yeah, we're open to reintegrating Axel de Sassi into our first team. So this reads, let's see, I have to expand it because it looks like there's a lot more tea there. So he reads Enzo Maresca and this is see Axel is helping the second team. Okay, the young players, the second team to be more specific, he mentioned the young players, and he said we had 5 or 6 players here during the break, and Axel was part of some sessions, but I think it's just one session. That's a serious clarification there. At the moment, he's helping the second team. He's a Chelsea player, and he is with the second team. I think he made sure that people again understood that yeah, this is no longer part of the first team. So the speculations all thrown out of the window, and my goodness, these Junos, irrespective of how close they are, or maybe the sort of sources they have, they're all full of it. And these days, I think if Fabrizio and David Austin don't say anything about that report, I I I find it difficult to believe them. I think it was it who's that Nizaki Salah? One of the, you could say, so-called reputable Junos did mention that, yeah, we're looking to reintegrate him to the first team, and then a few days later they released some reports somehow you're trying to walk back what they had told us already. You said they tried to be safe, but that was funny. When I read their subsequent reports on Chelsea wanting to reintegrate Aston Disasi to the first team, I knew that they had lied to us and trying to fix it. But I have my bro in the house in Paxi. Murumbo, nice to see you, bro. Thank you, I appreciate that. I hope the Palmer news is a mind game from Maresca. I hope so too, because it sounds funny. I mean, I find it difficult to believe it, but the fact that he went on in that particular report and subsequently the follow up, the paragraph below that particular one, that yeah, that it's. I mean, I don't think he'd go to the extent of saying he's going to miss the Burnley game for sure, the Barcelona game for sure, an Arsenal game for sure. But at the same time, I'm not sure what to believe now. They say seeing is believing, but let's wait and see. And thank you, my bro. Thank you for the donation. You don't have to do that. And I haven't actually, because I don't think you've ever been part of our live shows. You do watch the live shows, listen to it, but I don't remember. Okay, you have before participated in a live chat. Probably the reason why I haven't created a command for you that I can trigger so people can go check out your YouTube channel. But people, you can click the three dots to his name. Go check out his YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe. Let's help him grow and get him to 10,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Fellow Blue there, or Z, as Dante says I should pronounce it. But much love to you, my bro. Nice to see you. And Rich Money Makers. Rich Moneymaker says, big up the legend. According to my trusted sources, they are making sure that his growing will not be an issue when he finally returns. Big update. Mark Cucurella contract till still ends in 2028. He had a pay rise, so the SDs lied to us. I wouldn't say they lied to us. They told us he signed a new contract. I don't remember seeing anything that suggests he extended his contract. So whether he extended his contract or whether he just got a pay rise, the two remains. You could say he'd be happier now. 2028 is still 3 years away. So, but I'm not. I'm not gonna make a fuss over that, but that's me anyway. Okay, Bailey, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. So, Trejo, the disaster story, Dante knew immediately that it's nothing serious.
Yeah, remember we just said it that they're only integrating him into the first team because in January they're looking to sell him. So we thought so, but again, it's nothing huge. And also, coach, we know Enzo Maresca. If you're not in his first team, you won't be in his first team. So that's the case right now. So hopefully get a team in January. A lot of teams are interested in him. So hopefully before the end of the transfer window, he'll be sold permanently. I don't like those loan deals, man. Just get him permanently.
Loan deals are risky. Um, I just don't want to start talking about the Nicholas Jackson situation again. It's looking ugly. It's looking like it's going to get as ugly as that of Romelu Lukaku. He's made it public. He doesn't intend to come back to Chelsea, and we're learning that yeah, Bayern only signed him as a placeholder player, and we knew at the time. A lot of people are learning because we knew. We discussed how we don't see them paying that much money at the end of his loan spell at Bayern. Um, that you can say we're not saying he's a bad player, but yeah, I think they'd be looking for a player that you can say that will be capable of filling in the shoes of Harry Kane when he leaves Bayern. And Nicholas Jackson isn't that guy. And we're not saying he's a bad player, but it's common sense, really. Well, unfortunately, this is what it is. I think another issue for us. Thank goodness it's not his salary is not that high. Not high, actually, in my opinion. I'll stick with that. No need to put THAT there, but a serious issue for us. Patsy, he was always Patsy says he was always hoping that Jackson comes back, just not as the main guy. I mean, you could argue he doesn't want to compete. It'd be accurate to say the reason he left for me was because he doesn't want to compete. And as Vic, yeah, would say, he's looked at you could say he's looked at things and figured out that he's more like the third choice striker. But that's just for me. Uh, that is just an assumption, really, because yeah, Maresca liked him a lot, and if had he stayed and proved that yeah, he should be starting ahead of what's his name, Liam Delap, or maybe João Pedro, if the manager sees João Pedro as the number 9, then he will be starting. But he didn't even want to stay. He made up his mind.
Yeah,
He wanted to leave. If we're going by what his agent said, he didn't feel appreciated. Probably because he didn't play that much during the Club World Cup. I felt like yeah, that's it for him. But series of incidents led to his absence, led to him not playing, and we figured actually we're better off without him on the pitch, and we played without him uh, in a lot of again in plenty of games. I think that actually unsettled him. He felt like he wasn't wanted, but I think that's you could say a weak mentality. Even though we were hearing at the time that yeah he wants to stay and fight for him for his place, and then in the same report at the time you still see the report present something that reads something to the effect of but the Senegalese international is still considering his future. I knew at the time that that was it. Um, but it is what it is. Go ahead if you wanted to say something, Daniel.
yeah. About Jackson, I believe Jackson was a bit all about himself and not the team. Because if Jackson stayed, the time when Liam Delap had injury, he would have had opportunities to start. He would
And
have had
maybe
opportunities
play
to prove
so well
himself.
that the lap would find with a you could say it won't be the lab getting back into the team won't be easy.
Exactly, because Jackson has been at the club. He has shown he has developed. He's not the same Jackson that came to Chelsea, even though he's not the finished product. But if he had stayed, I actually believe he would have had more chances to play than he have at Bayern right now. Because most of the time he's just coming in 88 minutes. That's not good for his development as somebody that believe he is a top striker in the world. And the problem now is Bayern are not willing to pay £65 million for him.
Duh.
Is he going to come back to Chelsea and join the ones like the Disasi and Sterling, or is another club going to buy him for that fee?
I wasn't surprised when I heard that they could say they're not willing to pay that much money for him. He's not the guy. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but I've always known, uh, yeah, it would take a lot for them to decide, you know what, let's just pay the money. They were just desperate to have, you could say, to add numbers to that area on the pitch before the transfer window, you could say, closed at the time. Rich Moneymaker says we must keep Mark Correa. Remember, with this squad, the UEFA deal, we must remove players off the Tier A list to sign players over 21. And the Ezis must prove me wrong. A lot of people are not happy with Ezis because they love these young projects. We need experienced players. Hesitant. I am not going to blame them for that. They are. They have a playbook, and I believe they followed the playbook to a T. They're doing what the owners want them to do, in my opinion. And by the way, once again, for the donation, thanks for a lot for the donation to my bro. I can't wait for you to start streaming so that we can come make some troubles there. But thank you, I appreciate you.
Yeah, I want to talk on this SD situation and experience situation.
Yeah, go ahead.
A lot of people saying, "Oh, we need experience players, we need this, that, this, that." Um, Look at PSG. The averages of the PSG team is almost same thing as the Chelsea team. Saying we need, how do players gain experience if they're not gonna play? These players needs to play and still learn from their mistakes. So saying we need experienced players at this point is not the best option. Experience is not about age. It's about what you've done and how you played. Will you tell me now that a certain Lamine Yamal is not experienced, or a Cole Palmer is not an experienced player? I don't believe it's about player age. It's about your maturity in the game and how good you are. These players are going to evolve over the next 2 to 3 years. They still need time. Is the project is not about now, it's a long term project. So this whole gimmick of we need experienced players, this blah blah blah, I think we have gone past that by this time.
Yeah, because you can say the players we have within our ranks, they are maturing actually, and having won two trophies, I think that changes a lot. If I mean, and I think we're good now. We're good now. But I think eventually, as Dante, I think as he's explained, we've gotten to that level where if we see the opportunity, if we get the opportunity to sign some experienced players for, you can say, to or have more players capable of leading, I think we'd do that. But I'm not concerned in terms of experience now. I think the players have garnered more experience and they can only become more experienced as they continue to play. And I think the owners, they're not actually in a hurry. We've heard from Bali. I think it was just yesterday. He, uh, you can say, did speak to the fans directly. The message was designed to explain it to the fans what their plans are. They want to win. They want to win consistently. They want sustained success. They don't want to win in patches. And I think the signs are good. In my opinion, I have to say, I've always known that eventually things will fall into place and will become a will become a winning machine. I did not expect it to start happening as soon as it did. Uh, how we won the Conference League and the Club World Cup. And those two trophies, irrespective of what anybody thinks, makes a huge difference with regards to the mentality of this very young squad, in my opinion. But let's see. What else do we have here? And Ibro says, no, no, no. Nico wants to compete, but how do you go from number one to train with the third squad? I think he started training with the third squad after we learned he made it clear. Probably the club learned that yeah, he set his mind on leaving. He was bent on leaving, didn't want to stay. That was when, yeah, even after he started training with his third squad, if that happened, I think we started hearing again the club released a brief suggesting they're still willing to keep him, something to that effect. Any other starter would feel a certain way about it, but what Chelsea? Even let's assume that was the case. But with Chelsea, even this again, we want a team. We don't want a team where a particular individual will feel like they're the main guy. I'm not sure how is it to explain this, but I'm quite sure you get my point. It just doesn't make sense. We've been, you can say, we've experienced the season before. We had him as our only striker. What happened when he got injured? I get it. We had Matt Gia at the time, but both got injured in the same game. So we didn't want to risk that sort of situation where he'd be the only guy, and if he gets injured, that's it. We're done. And that's why I'm happy. I get it. Palmer's availability means we're better, but in his absence, I'd like us to be able to still play well, and win games. Then, if it's available for selection, even better. We want that. So that's the sort of team or maybe squad I want us to build. I don't want a situation where we'd say without one particular player we're doomed. He's where he is right now, and good luck to him. I had high hopes again, maybe because, but I've always known that, yeah, Bayern probably would not, are not going to sign him on a permanent. I think they were just desperate at the time and had to pay how much we asked them for as a loan fee without hesitation. Because yeah, had they not done that, they'd find it difficult to actually find a player, and they'll be very thin in the attacking area. And Rich Moneymaker says, I'm hearing that we might use the CC as a to get around UEFA. Who? The CC, you mean? Okay, let's see. We do know how to exploit loopholes very well. And Ibra says that Nico needs to fire his agent. The agents overplayed his hand. Yeah, I mean, that's accurate. And was you can say he became an expert on African adage and was publicly saying some rubbish. I think it's he's made that mistake. And yeah, let's see
Yeah,
what happens. Go
about the
ahead.
Okay,
agents,
go ahead,
I
bro.
feel some of these agents just want their money. They just want the cut of their own money. They don't care about these players' development or wherever they are going. They just want these transfers to happen so they
Hmm.
get their own percentage of the money. I mean, make a living for themselves.
Yeah, I think that's an excellent point. Just the way the sort of thing they did to Joao Felix. Because he has to be, after Anelka, he has to be the next most traveled player in terms of transfers. Go ahead, Tibel, you were saying something.
Yeah, I always say this: agents can kill your career or can make you successful. For example, Nicolas Jackson had a chance to return at Chelsea, and he knew definitely at Bayern he won't be the main man. So if he came to Chelsea, he would revive his career, and then maybe in January or next time he can leave to another team that he can play as, or be a main man. He was never going to be a main man at Bayern. So he went there to be a bench warmer, and his agent got a lot of money. But what about the player well-being? So, like you said, I think the agent misprofiled him by letting him go to Bayern. And also, they were saying such rubbish thing on social media about the pain doesn't go back. Those kind of things. How can
Yeah,
you do that
absolute
as an agent?
nonsense.
Yes. So overall, man, I don't, as much as I like Nicolas Jackson, hopefully it doesn't come back at Chelsea.
It's I don't see that happening. He burned the bridge. He didn't just burn the bridge. He burned the ground, making it impossible to rebuild the bridge. And the fact that we're still hearing from his camp, I think it'd be accurate to say his camp. This that you could say he's sponsoring the briefs we've seen suggesting he doesn't want to come back to Chelsea, and we did talk about that at length a few days ago. It's just given the fact that yeah, he's backed himself um, to a corner, and in such situations, arrogant individuals usually don't come out and say, "Yeah, I made a mistake. How can I make things right?" He will double down, as we're seeing. If in fact he said that he doesn't want to come back to Chelsea, even after realizing that's the latter. You say now I'm saying this after realizing that yeah, Bayern doesn't really value him. It's just him trying to prove that he's made the right decision to have left Chelsea in the first place. But good luck to him. I wanted him to do well just because I wanted Bayern to pay us that 67 million pounds or so, or euros or so. But yeah, it is what it is. He's been poor. Not maybe. I think he's done well enough every time he's gotten the chance uh, to play for Bayern. Rich Moneymaker says I totally disagree with you. I keep hearing that we want to challenge for the league, but uh, okay, you're elite or experienced Premier League players to win. You need to win the league. Okay, no more kids, and Todd agrees with this. But as stupid as the Igbali will not listen. Even sponsors has told them to get a bit more experience. Okay, you're entitled to your opinion, and you have every right to disagree with me. We don't have to agree, and that's why we're here. Have a good conversation, come to a sensible conclusion. Yeah, Raz here. Why? What's happened to what has happened to Yeah, YouTube is showing people's real names, mixing them up, and some of them I can't even recognize who they are. Smash the like button, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go along with 12 likes, but I believe we can do a lot better than that. And more importantly, the Blue Morning Show is back and back for good. Big up, mate. Of the shows, Kuchilla out. Yeah, I think that's Dan. That's Dan. Yeah. Big up, that nice to see you once again. He says we need to go in January to get an experienced CB and another attacker. Hope also better goalkeeper in January. That's a lot of ask. I don't think we'll do all those things, but let's see what happens. Um, Sorry, yeah, no problem. Look, life happens, and we haven't been streaming consistently too. We just restarted uh, a few days ago. Since moving to Texas, it's been a bit difficult to find the most, yeah, a good time to stream and stream consistently. But I think what makes the most sense now, the Blue Morning Show, go to bed early, wake up early, do the show, and then transition into helping my boys get ready for school. He says, I've been really busy, just had major operations last Monday on, ooh, sorry about that, and mouth too, jaw and mouth, and had been in the hospital, had a few mini stroke, but up the charts. Jesus Christ, that is serious, man. Wow, I'm happy you're okay, and I'll reach out. Hopefully, I don't forget to see how you're doing. Wait, did Palmer really fracture his toe? I don't know. We used to. Here's Stas Layer. Here's why your question is funny. That question, you're asking me as if I live with him. I will.
You have to ask Maresca and Palmer. Palmer and
Yeah, you have to
Maresca
ask Fam,
are
but
the ones
here's
that.
I think he's phrased it the way he did because it sounds funny. In all honesty, it does sound funny. But Dan, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. And again, you've told us your story, mini stroke, uh, surgery on your jaw and mouth. I hope you get better. Sorry to hear that, but the good thing is that yeah, you've come through. The part they say, the easier part. I mean, I wish you quick recovery, honestly. And you're a good guy. I've known you for a while now. But thank you for telling us. Yeah, he
Yeah, I
fractured
see
his jaw.
somebody talking
Yeah,
about experienced
go ahead.
centre back. Yeah, I see someone saying we need an experienced centre back. I can't agree better because the Cowell injury affected us badly. Because with Tosin, we are not secure with Tosin at the back. And Fofana is not someone that is consistent considering his injury record. He might come back today and go back tomorrow. So our defense has been really shaky this season. For example, the Sunderland game, the goals we considered are not goals we are meant to concede. Also, the Brighton game. Yes, Achampong has been good. He has come in, stepped up well. Nice lad, but he still needs to develop. Chalobah has been good, but nobody can do it like Colwell has done it so far. We need an experienced centre back that is going to pair up with either Colwell or sorry, we either if Colwell comes back, yes, we Colwell or for Fofana or Chalobah. Because right now our centre halves are not doing enough. We concede a lot of goals from transition.
Yeah, I think yeah. If Fofana stays fit, if we sense that Fofana is finally back and will stay fit, and the closer we get to the return of uh Colwell, I don't think we'd sign another centre back. We're not going to be in a hurry to sign one because here's the thing: the truth remains. If we see any player that we believe is good enough to make us better, and I don't think we'd mind letting one of our current players go to accommodate a new player that will make us will make us better, so to speak. That's what big clubs do. But I don't think if Fofana stays fit, we'd be in a hurry to sign a new centre back. And I think we've seen something what a lot of people like to call briefs. that yeah, we're happy with the number of center backs we have. We're not looking to sign at the moment, irrespective of whether anybody think that that comes from the hierarchy or Maresca. I don't think we're actually in a hurry to sign center backs right now, actually. And you can say numbers, if you paid attention, except for a few games where we conceded unnecessarily, some were just blatant mistakes or lack of concentration. I'm not saying we're fine defensively, but from what I've heard, from what I've seen, and the fact that our owners are big believers in numbers, they might actually look at it and say, "Yeah, you know what? Let's wait. If Fafana stays fit and Cole Palmer and Colwell will be coming back soon, why sign a new centre back?" But Tobeho, let's hear you. Do you see us going in for a new centre back in January?
As much as I want Chelsea to send a new centre back, I don't see the case because remember, with those UEFA deal that we made, if we sign a centre back, we need to sell our centre backs. So, for example, Wesley Fofana is an injury prone, Badishile is an injury prone, Trevor Chalaba maybe is on and off, Tosin is on and off. So those players, in order to buy them, we need a miracle to sell them. Maybe in the summer it's possible, but in January it's not possible. So we can't just sign center back for the sake of it. We need to balance our squad. It's very important. So I don't see us sending a center back. Maybe in the summer it's possible because we have a chance to sell some players. It's a long transfer window. So let's see. For me in January it's so hard as much as I want a center back.
Yeah, and we still have. You could argue. Um, we have a Salmino. He's an excellent centre back. The question is his injury record. The young kid that recently got a call up for the Senegalese national team, Mamadou Sarr, he's good. Maybe inexperience, you could argue, was the main reason why. You can say we wanted him to go out on loan so he gets to play and continue to develop because he's still very young. There are. That's not to say if we see one that the club feels like, yeah, we gotta have this player in our squad, that we're not gonna go for that one. But at the moment, I don't see it happening. And something you mentioned that is important that people start paying attention to. I don't think would be. You can say we would risk a situation where we sign one out of, you can say, panic maybe, and then end up having a bloated squad. We've been there before. Well, I think we're trying to avoid a situation where we sign players because we have players out injured. I think if anything, with loan, we bring back one of our players out on loan, so we don't risk having, you can say, to end up having a bloated squad again. But that's my opinion anyway. And Dan, before I continue, let's celebrate with you. Glad to hear that, yeah, you came through the surgery and not easy. A mini stroke, mouth and jaw surgery. That's how you mentioned them. Let's celebrate with you. That's not easy. And here's to a quick recovery. We love you, Dan. You know that. Much love to you. All right, here we have Dan also saying soon, recovering my head coach mate. I'll be coming back live on YouTube. And yeah, it's been a long time. I've been busy working. So now had this, I won't be working for a while. No worries, just recover. We wish you quick recovery. We want to have you back talking Chelsea with you. But happy you came through. It's not easy. We need to improve. If we want if we want to win the Premier League. As for me, the team as sporting directors never back Enzo Maresca this season. Okay, that's another debate for another day. That's by the way. So let's get to Todd Boehly. I haven't watched the interview myself, but I read a lot of, you could say, excerpts, or how do you pronounce that correctly, from that particular interview. Here he says, Todd Boehly, the English papers remind me every day how smart they are and how stupid I am. Okay, that's serious there. Todd Boehly, Reece James has become an unbelievable leader. And credit to Maresca. Maresca didn't beat about the bush when he arrived. He made it clear that he wanted more from Reece James. And I think that led to Reece James rethinking how he had applied himself before that time as a leader on the pitch. I think he's become a much better leader, in my opinion. But let's see how you want to add to that. To credit to Maresca for the way you could argue he's nurtured Rhys James into a much better leader, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%. He demanded more. Maybe I think he demanded more in terms of recovering for his injury. Remember, I've been watching the Joe Obi Mikel podcast. He says captain is always needed on the pitch. So if Rhys James is the captain of the team and is not available, that is a bad thing for Rhys James. So I'm glad Rhys James, Enzo Maresca, the physio, and everyone helped him to recover first. Then he can be the captain on the pitch. So I'm glad, man. Overall, Rhys James is a fantastic player. I hope he can be fit for the rest of the season. But again, it's not easy. We're still managing him. As Enzo Maresca said, that is playing him 2 games now in a row. Last time I was playing 1 game. Now I can play two games in a row, which is a good thing. So I'm so happy, man. I can't lie.
I mean, I'm happy. He's become a much polished leader. He doesn't need to be the most vocal on the pitch for you to see how he's matured as a leader. You can see by his actions. You can see him speaking with his teammates and all that. The way he celebrates the goals and all that. I'm happy. I don't know if Daniel, you have anything to add to that, or should we move on?
Yeah, we've seen him be more vocal. You've seen him also after the games pushing the players to go celebrate with the fans. You've seen him where things get heated up and he's calmed down the boys. So it's better. He just needed a bit of confidence and a bit of game time for the leadership in him to come out. So is a plus plus for him and the club as a whole.
Yeah, and this year from Bali, even though some of us don't need to hear him say this to know the direction the club is going, to understand that they're not stupid, to understand that they did not spend billions just because they want to make profit and profit alone. Um, Here's the thing: if again, if it has to again, if it took him saying this for you to realize they want to win, that's okay by me. But honestly, I'm one of those that because I've always known it that yeah, they want to win, they want sustained success. They don't want to win in patches. So this reads Todd Boehly. The reality is just about winning. That sentence alone says a lot. It is just about winning. And I've always told people that these guys, they didn't become billionaires by being dumb. And it just doesn't make sense for people to come out and continue screaming they don't want to win, they just want to make profit. And at the time I did ask them a question, they just want to come flip players and make profits. And I asked them, how many players are they going to flip to break even, let alone make profit? Yeah, and when you ask that question, that's when you realize they actually probably didn't know they didn't know exactly what they were talking about. They would just, you could say, they just had to be part of a campaign to feel important, to feel part of the movement that don't want the owners, they don't want the owners at the club, our current owners at the club. It just doesn't make sense. But hear him now. The reality is, it is just about winning, and if that's not enough to change your perception of the owners, then I'm not sure what to tell you again. They say, yeah, from the horse's mouth. I didn't need him to say this to know, to be able to tell at the time that, yeah, they have a vision. They want to win. They want sustained success. They don't just want to win in patches. Have they made mistakes? Absolutely. And I'll be the first to let you know, yes, they've made mistakes. But unfortunately, a lot of people just don't want to listen. They just don't want to reason responsibly. Or maybe take a step back and look at what they're doing and maybe realize that football has changed from a financial perspective, that irrespective of how rich you are, that there are limits to how much you're allowed to spend. Yeah, they don't want to do that. They just look for one campaign or the other and join to be called proper Charles just for the sake of it. Okay, Dan, see you when next you are able to join the conversation. So it is an unfortunate situation that some people weren't able to see that football has changed from a financial perspective, and that our owners are actually smart enough to find loopholes to exploit, sign players on a long-term contract, and the plan has always been to keep them together for a while, because in football, the more you nurture young players as a group, they become unbeatable in the near future if you are able to keep them together. Where our owners actually smart enough to be proactive. Yeah. And maybe if you need me to be more specific, there is PSR, which is the local version of FFP. Then also there's FFP. But we're being proactive. We have a lot of players in all, you can say, positions. Mention one that, yeah, if need be, we can in the future. Hopefully, they're doing well. Just get them, call them back on loan or from our sister club, and yeah, see how what they do for us. Excuse me. Todd Boehly, Sanchez is doing pretty damn well right now. He is. And kudos to the manager for being patient with him. Uh, had he again, he didn't let the pressure from the fans get to him, or maybe lead to him dropping Sanchez. But he kept faith in him, and Sanchez is a reward. He's a repaying the manager's faith in him. He's become better. He's improved his high claim numbers, which actually happened mid-season, last the 24-25 season, leading to us being able to deal with set piece situations. Todd Boehly here says, I just find it one. Okay, Todd Boehly here on critics. I just find it's one more person that doesn't know what they're talking about. Wow, that's gotta hurt some people. Here's some of the chief. I remember watching. Look, I have nothing against Eunice. I think he's a nice person. He's one of those Chelsea accounts, first ones that I followed. I remember him making a video where he said something to the effect of, "That's it, Todd Boehly, you're done, out, get out of." I can't quite remember how he phrased it exactly, but I mean, congratulations to him. Again, your morning is when you wake. Now he's saying, first time we've had one of the owners talk about what the end goal is. Finally, the intention is the most important thing, and if competing to be the best is the priority, then that's what fans want to know. The question I'm asking: in what world do you think they want to make profit and not want to win? Football is a result driven business. If you don't win, you don't make profit. If you don't win, you don't attract big name sponsors. If you don't win, people won't be, you can say, they buy merchandise or be happy to buy merch from the club or even go to game. Winning is the most important thing. And if you tell me you didn't know that that was the case, that they want to win to make profit, then something is wrong with you. But that's, by the way, the comment itself that Eunice quoted reads, Todd Boehly says, "We are in this for the long term." And we've always told people that irrespective of what you think, they're going to be here for at least 10 years. We want to build something sustainable and exciting for the fans. I don't, once again, I'm glad he's saying this, because you could argue this will lead to a lot of Chelsea fans educating themselves properly and learning that, yeah, they've actually been stupid. And then he went on to say, money is a tool, not the goal. Maybe if you need me to interpret that, money is a tool to achieve the aim, not necessarily, you can say, to spend money to make more money. More importantly, if the focus is that, then yeah, you're not going to achieve anything. And we are investing in talent to compete at the highest level, but it's about smart risks, not reckless ones. And you could argue we've not been reckless. You could say we've been spending decisively if you want, smartly if you prefer. There are other languages to use, but the point is they know exactly what they're doing. They're just being proactive. And I've always known, as I've always said at the time when people were complaining a lot, I've always said, look, I was only concerned about the immediate future, that the long-term future definitely bright, but actually the future is already here, given the fact that we won two trophies last season and how good we're looking this season, irrespective of what anybody thinks. But Tobeho, anything you want to add to that before we call it a day?
Yeah, I just want to add to that. You won't be successful if you don't win. For example, the sporting the owners are investing money in order for us to be successful, so that they can be successful as well. So I don't understand when people saying that these owners are just buying kids just to make profit and benefit. That doesn't work like that way in football. And these guys are billionaires. You think they care about that? They're already billionaires before purchasing Chelsea Football Club. So the money we are making at the moment is just peanuts for them. We are not in that stage that we are selling a lot of merchandise. Our stadium is huge. Those kind of things, just like Manchester United. Manchester United, in terms of merchandise and everything, they are the biggest because they're one of the biggest teams in the world. So I don't understand people are saying that this sporting the owners are here for money. They don't want us to win. But again, how can you buy Enzo Fernandez and Moses Caicedo if you don't want to win? That's a lot of money to invest on players, and we almost spend over 1 billion purchasing players. So you think this guy doesn't want to be successful? Come on, come on.
And, and,
That's
and,
my
and
take,
and the
coach.
question we've always asked them: in what do you think flipping players alone will lead to you making profits? How many players are you going to flip? Except if you bring them in, sign them, you could say at 5 million each for it. That's just me using that as an example, and then say, hey, we're selling all our players. Then sell them and then buy another young. Then in the next 2 seasons, you find yourself in Division Three. So it's sometimes if when you try to, you can say, analyze what people are saying, you if you listen to yourself, you'd realize you're actually sounding as an idiot, sounding like an idiot trying to make sense of it. But go ahead with what you were saying.
No, I'm done. That was my take on the owners. I think they are here to be successful. I didn't want the Ricketts family, Chelsea. I remember the Ricketts family were interested, and the Candy man wanted to bring a lot of people in his consortium. I didn't want that at all at Chelsea. So I'm glad clearly Todd Boehly took over the club. Yes, we might not agree in terms of the structure, the way we're buying players, but if they want to build a long term, let's wait for them. Let's see what is happening. And we already won 2 trophies in 3 years, so it's not bad at all.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. I don't know if you have anything else you want to talk about. I have to run to go help my boys get ready for school. We've been streaming for 1 hour and 30 minutes. And please tell your friends that the Blue Morning Show is back and is back for good. And Santiago Muno, they say lateness is greatness. Thank you so much for joining the conversation. Tabitha, anything else you want to talk about before we call it a day?
No, I'm cool, coach.
All right. With that, we've come to the natural end of the conversation, but my assistant is late in Santiago Muno. But nice to see you, bro. It's not easy. I appreciate you. And Dan, thank you for joining the conversation. Who else was here? We have Statslayer 344. We had my bro Ibro Dawana was here. We had Paxi also, and Paxi, once again, thank you for the donation. Bailey was also here. Let's see what else we have here. Big up my old friend to behold that Santiago Muno saying hello to you. And with that, we've come to the natural end of the conversation. And if I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and cheers.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. New knock with every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world that all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge to our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.
Every challenge we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cowboy said, for real does, and then with a love this storm, and before us to there, and there was a strife. You, my heart, keep the blue flame flying high, will soar through every challenge we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the sky.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. New knock with every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world that all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge to our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.
Every challenge we will never